Hey folks, it's Greg from Greg Center Cabin Outdoors. Hope you're having a great day. Um, I was asked why I love my cabin so much. Well, this is why I love my cabin part 2. I love my cabin because I can come out here anytime I want to. I can relax, enjoy myself, enjoy a nice warm fire in the fireplace. I can even call my buddies up, have a poker night. Everybody can come out and stay as long as they want to. They don't have to worry about whether or not they get too intoxicated to drive home because there's plenty of sleeping space. They can stay as long as they want to. If they wake up with a hangover, they can stay and sleep it off. That's not a problem. In fact, one weekend I had a poker night and I was about out of firewood. And I called my firewood supplier and I said, I got a slight problem. I need some firewood. And he said, okay. When do you need it? And I said, tonight if possible. Tomorrow morning, first thing if not. He said, well, I don't have the kind of wood you want, but I can get you a load. And before the evening was over, he brought me a full load of firewood. The nice thing about this guy is he stacks it for you. He puts it exactly where you want it. Why do I love my cabin? Because I can get out there and have a good time. I can fish anytime I want to. In fact, before the weekend's over, I plan to go fishing. I'll probably have to go buy some bait, but that's alright. I try to keep it out here, but in the winter months when it's really cold, it doesn't last. They freeze and die. So when it's spring, when I can open up the cabin and leave it unlocked and leave it, or not unlocked, but leave it unwinterized, I can keep worms and I can keep my beer. And there's two things that's always in my refrigerator, and that's bait and beer. Now, if I can't come out here and grab a box of worms and a beer and some fishing tackle and go fishing, then I've wasted my time. That's the whole purpose of this cabin. I've done a lot of work out here. I've made a lot of things that really fit into my program. You all got to make your own program, but one of the things that I made, and I'm going to try to show it to you now, is this coffee table right down here. It's a piece of hickory that my boss gave me, and he actually gave me some hickory branches so that I could make the legs for it. I made it, and I used the super glaze, which is the stuff that they use on bar tops. It's really thick. It's like 50 coats of polyurethane. It works really well. It holds up really well. The only problem that I have with this particular table is it had borers in it. I didn't realize it, and they bored all the way up to the super glaze, and now I've got ruts that I need to core out and refill with super glaze to make it smooth again. But I've made several tables. This is the only one that's hickory, and this is the only one I've had that problem with. I've made a couple of walnut tables. I've made an oak table, and the first table I made was maple. I gave that to a friend of mine. He's enjoying it at his home right now, which is over 200 miles away. But hey, that's what you do. I've made hot dog forks and a rack. I've got a coffee cup rack that I made, which, you know, when I was younger, before I got arthritis, before I threw out my shoulder, I was doing some blacksmithing, and I looked up a lot of different things. I had people bring me pictures of things that they wanted me to make, and so I reproduced those, and I made a couple of extras, and I sold a few. So I've got stuff around here, which is kind of the idea of me being in blacksmithing in the first place, was to be able to decorate a cabin. So I've got things around here that I have made myself, and of course you've seen the walls and you've seen the windows that I've installed, but it gives me a little bit of a sense of satisfaction to know that I've done all this stuff myself. My wife supports me. My wife is an artist, and she has decorated most of the homes that we live in, and she does an excellent job. I'm not going to put her down. She does an excellent job of decorating our homes. But this cabin, I specifically asked her to allow me to decorate it because I wanted something that resembled a man cave, something that had my heart in it, my soul, and she agreed. So the cabin is a man cave, whatever you want to call it. I call it Greg's Country Cabin. She calls it our country cabin, which it is. It's out in the country. It's ours. It will always be ours, and I intend to keep it until the day I die. What she does with it after that is up to her. But, you know, we've got things. I can't show it to you. My father made a lamp. My dad made that lamp. My stepmother gave it to me. She thought that was a perfect spot for it, and I agreed with her 100%. So yeah, we've got a lot of fun stuff out here. If you look up here, I made that when I was doing the reenacting at New Salem. A friend of mine was the cooper at Lincoln's New Salem, and another friend of mine was the blacksmith at Lincoln's New Salem, and they perfected it for me. There's a lot of other interesting things around here that make it our home, that make it livable, that make it comfortable. So it's full of nostalgia. I love my nostalgia stuff. I've got this little corner behind me there that you can see. That's my fishing pole rack. My wife actually has a fishing pole in there. The rest of them are mine. We've got oars, paddles, whatever you want for the canoes. We've got oars on the opposite side in the corner behind the radio. Are for my wife's boat before we hooked up the trolling motor. So yeah, we've got a fun place here. So this is part 2 of why I love my cabin. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.